Hey guys! So today I'm going to be telling you guys the secret to making 2021 your best year yet. And it's not gonna be about like how to make the most money and how to do the most things. It's going to be from a mental standpoint. Now, I want to preface this by saying it is going to be a lot of attraction and the way you look at things. And this is coming from someone who has struggled with mental health and the way that I view things for a very long time. I have always struggled with anxiety and depression, and so it is really hard for me sometimes to look at things in a positive way, and it is really hard to not only do that but have the right things going on in my life in order to make sure that I can stay looking at things from a positive light. It is so hard, believe me, I know. It is so hard to continue when sometimes it seems so much easier to just lay in bed and hate the world. I get it. Like, I sometimes still do that. Like, girl, I understand. And I just want everybody to know that it really can happen. So I'm gonna tell you the best 5 ways that I know personally on how to make this year your best year yet. So I got my handy dandy little law of attraction planner here. It has helped me a lot lately. I got it for Christmas because I've been working on this for a while and I think it's really important, and these are just some things that I have learned and I want to spread my knowledge upon you guys. So thing number 1 that I think is really important, which I kind of already touched on, but it is your mindset. Your mindset of going into the new year and your mindset of the way that you see things. I always had this view that my life sucked and everything around me sucked and it was never gonna change. And it took me to really sit down and think about and learn that if you want something to happen, you have to make it happen. I can't sit in bed all day and I can't think about, oh, I wish how my life was different. I wish that I was happier. I wish this, I wish that. You have to make it happen. And when I use law of attraction, you can make anything happen. Anything that you want, anything materialistic, anything. It just depends on how you view things and how you talk to yourself. What you put out is what you're going to get back. And that is, again, still something that I am learning every single day. I'm not perfect. I know that it's hard and it takes a while to change your thinking. I'm still changing my thinking. Sometimes I'm still like, oh my God, I hate everybody and I hate everything and nothing's gonna change. But you really have to make an effort. It's not gonna happen without making an effort. So your mindset and how you are going to go about everything is really important. And you really have to go into the year being like, this is gonna be my best year. I am going to be better. I am going to do this. I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna get accepted into this school. And you have to go into it thinking that it is gonna happen, because if you go into everything already thinking that it's gonna suck or that it's not gonna happen to you, it won't. I'm telling you right now, because the way that you view whatever you're trying to do is going to determine how it happens, if that makes any sense. So thing number 2 that I wanted to touch on, something again that I am still trying to figure out, is that it's okay to focus on you. It's okay to focus on your mental health, how you're doing. It's okay to prioritize yourself first. And I know, like me, and I'm sure a lot of you also, we tend to put other people first, and I do that a lot. I do that all the time. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also really hard then to, in turn, learn how to put yourself first every once in a while. Because if you continue to drain yourself and you continue to let your jar of love get depleted so far that you have nothing left for you, you're not going to be able to better yourself. And in order to make this year better, you really have to learn that it is okay to put yourself first, and it is okay to really focus on you. And that is something that I've really wanted to do this year, is to not so much drain myself of love for other people, but to make sure that I remember to give some to myself, because I deserve it too. You deserve it too. It is very important to remember to love yourself, and that loving yourself is an extremely important thing to do. And you won't be able to better yourself unless you learn to love yourself. It's the same thing like when people tell you you can't get into a relationship, or you shouldn't, if you don't love yourself first, because you can't replace the love for yourself with another person, because once that person is gone, you will have nothing left to love for yourself. You'll put so much of yourself into this other person in this relationship to the point where you will no longer know how to love yourself. And it is so important. It is so important to learn to put yourself first. I promise. And I know it is so hard because I still will like give and I'll give and I'll give and I give, and to the point where I will have nothing left. And in order to make this year better, you have to learn to put yourself first and focus on yourself sometimes. You are gonna have to. Oh my god, my cats are like acting a fool. I'm so sorry. Thing number 3, I know is probably gonna be one of the hardest things next to learning to take care of yourself, is cutting out negativity, whether it's negative thoughts, negative people, negative surroundings. And I know sometimes it is really hard, especially if like that's your living space or whatever it is, whatever your situation, you have to cut it out, because you can't go into this year making this your best year that you can if you are still surrounding yourself with people that don't make you a better you. You have to surround yourself with similar and goal-oriented people such as yourself. So you're going to want to surround yourself with people and things and yourself. You're going to want to put your own mind in a place where you are goal-oriented and you want certain things. If that makes any sense. It kind of makes sense to me, but I think it'll make sense to some of you as well. Now, I understand. I have had my whole... Oh my god. I have had so many toxic boyfriends and toxic friendships, and sometimes it's not always them that's being toxic, it's you together that can be toxic. You won't even realize that you're doing something toxic, and it's just a constant cycle of being toxic to each other, and it'll never end. You have to put a stop to it. You can't go into this new year bettering yourself and making sure that you're better if you're not cutting out the things that are putting you at your worst. My dad has always told me something every time I would talk to him about something that I was going through or something that was affecting me, and he would always tell me to go where you are loved and appreciated, not where you are tolerated. And that's something that really always kind of stuck with me, because I was always going, whether it was family members or friends, I was going to places and with people where I was just there, and I would let people walk all over me. Sometimes I still do. I'm not saying that I don't, girl. I still do. I'm still somewhat of a doormat, and I'm really trying not to be. And there are people out there that will love you and appreciate you and really make you feel as great as you are, because sometimes when you're in those environments where they just drag you down and then you feel like you have nothing, it is so hard to pick yourself back up from that. And you can do it, because once you know to cut certain things out, then it makes it so much easier to put that mindset in that this is gonna be my year. This is gonna be it, and I'm gonna be better, and I'm gonna be a better person. And you're gonna find so many people in your life that are going to better you, and you're gonna better them. But it all starts with that mindset and with realizing that certain things in your life are not making you a better version of yourself and cutting those things out. Now, another thing that I've kind of learned, and I'm sure you hear about this all the time, but something that I think would really make your year better is knowing that a healthy body can help lead to a healthy mind as well. I've always kind of been a little bit more of an active person physically, and I've learned, the last couple months and really going into this year, that when I am active and when I work out and when I lift, because I go to the gym, whatever, gym life, I'm just kidding. So when I go to the gym, I feel so much better. I know, and when you're going through it and you're really going through it, like, I know it is so hard to be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. Because the last thing you want to do when you're sad is go to the gym or work out or eat right or whatever. I still struggle with eating right. I'm not even gonna talk about this. I am not a fitness coach. I am nothing. I'm literally just getting started into this, but I'm just telling you things from a point where I understand when I work out or when I go for a walk or when I do something, my body feels so much better, and it puts me in a better mood, because when you do work out, it does release endorphins, which is the chemical in your brain that is kind of equal to happiness, and it does give you this little bit of like, oh wow, I did that. And when you work out, or when you're not even just working out, when you do anything physically that is good for you, you're gonna be like, wow, I did that. And even if it's not working out, you can, if you're really into arts and crafts, you can do that. If you're really into like singing or dancing, do that. It'll still release that happy drug in your brain. It'll make you feel so much better. And then when you continue to do that, you will have a happier mind and you will feel so much better. And I promise you, please, if you take anything into this year, take this, find something something that releases that happy drug in your brain, because you'll continue to do it and you will just feel so much better. And sometimes you're like, I don't know what the hell, like, I don't know what makes me happy. I do martial arts, and that is one of those things that makes me happy. So maybe that's something you need to do too. And my last thing I kind of have written down here is not to let your failure determine your success. When you are going into this year and you are like, I'm gonna be better, I'm gonna think more positively, I'm gonna be more active, I'm going to do this or this, or whatever goal you have set for yourself. If you ever fail, don't let that stop you, because sometimes it just might not be your time. Even when you're manifesting something and you're using law of attraction, you're manifesting and it's not coming and you feel like you're just never gonna get it, sometimes it just takes time. Sometimes it is just not your time yet to have whatever it is you're asking for, or there's something better in mind for you down the road. And the vibes, the universe will know that for you, and they will understand, and it will put you where you need to be. Especially because when you manifest, you're putting out into the world what you want to get back, and it is the way that you look at things, as I've said literally 806,000 times before in this video. And if you fail and you're like, well, that's it, I give up, I'm not gonna get it, that's gonna give you the opposite that you want. You really have to continue to push, and if you get something else, sometimes it might be a blessing in disguise, and it might be better than whatever you were asking for. Even if it's not manifesting any goal, if you fail and you don't get what it was you're expecting, and you then are like, oh, well, that's it, like, I'm just not gonna get it, and then you go back into being sad. Like, sometimes I still do. Sometimes I'm like,
oh my god, this is never changing, it's always the same shit.
But you can't. You have to not let that failure determine your success and determine your happiness. And that is the whole thing about your mindset. If you have a positive mindset, I know it is hard to be let down, and I understand that it is really, really difficult to be told no, in a sense, even if it's not verbally, and to be told like you're not getting whatever it is that you want. And your whole thing about mindset is that it's not a temporary, oh, I'll be happy when I get this. And this is not me saying like, oh, just don't be sad. Oh my god, I hate when people are like that. Just don't be sad, just be happy, it'll be better. Because it doesn't work that way. But if you're continuously working on it, and you're continuously pushing, and you really do have a mindset of positivity, and if you think positive, that positive things will happen, there's a real thing. And it really goes along with manifesting. If you think positively, positive things will happen. And different things work for different people. So you just have to find whatever it is for you that is gonna let you continue to think positively. And I feel like that was a lot. I don't know if any of that made any sense, or if I was literally just rambling and everybody's gonna be like, you were the most boring bitch I've ever met. But those are my top 5 things that I have learned that I'm gonna carry into this year to make this year one of my best years yet. I am manifesting it. I am telling myself it is gonna happen, bitch, because it will. You can do it. I believe in you. You're a baddie. But if you enjoyed that video, please like, subscribe, comment down below. I'll do some more videos like this if you think that this is something that you would like, or if you would like to hear more of how I am getting better, how I'm continuing to better myself, and how I can better other people too, because it's not just me. But if this is a video that you liked and you took anything from it, please let me know. All I want to do is make other people happy, and I will see you next time around. Bye, guys.